5 real mysteries that still make no sense. There are mysteries, and then there are the ones that refuse to be solved. No matter how advanced technology gets, no matter how many experts investigate, some stories stay broken, unfinished, not done, incomplete, and other synonyms for incomplete, and maybe they're supposed to. Because today, we're diving into 5 real events that still don't make sense. And the deeper you look, the worse they get. The stories, not the videos. In 1954, a man arrived at an airport in Tokyo. Nothing unusual, until he handed over his passport. It listed his country of origin as Taured, a country that doesn't exist. Officials assumed it was fake, but the man didn't act confused. He acted irritated. He pointed to a map and insisted Taured had been there for over 1,000 years. Right between France and Spain, his passport, stamped with multiple legitimate visas, his currency, real, his story, consistent. Authorities placed him in a hotel under guard while they investigated. Locked room, secured floor, no way out. By morning, he was gone, just like your dad. No noise, no witnesses, no trace. And everything he brought with him, gone too. So either a man slipped through the cracks of reality itself, or someone executed a disappearance so perfect, it's still being talked about 70 years later. Subscribe to Chronovolt. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out into Russia's Ural Mountains. They never came back. Say it with me, just like your dad. When rescuers found their campsite, the tent had been cut open from the inside. Their boots were still inside, their gear untouched. But the hikers, they had run, barefoot, into sub-zero temperatures. One body was found with a fractured skull. Another had crushed ribs, like they'd been hit by a car. And one woman was missing her tongue. There were no signs of a fight, no evidence of another group. And some of their clothing tested positive for radiation. Theories range from avalanches to secret military tests to something far stranger. But here's the part no one can explain. What could scare experienced hikers so badly? That freezing to death felt like the safer option. Subscribe to Chronovolt. In 1966, 2 men were found dead on a hillside in Brazil. They were wearing formal suits, raincoats, and strange homemade lead masks over their eyes. Next to them, a notebook with instructions that read, 1630, be at the specified location. 1830, ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals, wait for signal. No signs of violence, no clear cause of death. And the capsules they mentioned, never found. Investigators later learned the men were involved in experimental spiritual practices, trying to contact something beyond normal perception. Some say extraterrestrials, others say it was a failed attempt to reach another dimension. But the masks, that's what no one can explain. They weren't for breathing. They weren't for disguise. They were for blocking something out. Light, radiation, something else. Something other than the first something else. And whatever signal they were waiting for either never came or it did. And they weren't prepared for it. Subscribe to Chronovolt. In 1922, a family living on an isolated farm in Germany noticed something strange. Footsteps in the attic, tools going missing, footprints in the snow leading to the house, but none leaving. Days later, all 6 members of the household were dead, lured one by one into the barn, and killed. But it didn't end there. Whoever did it stayed. They fed the animals, ate the food, lived in the house for days, while the bodies were still there. Neighbors even reported seeing smoke from the chimney. Someone was inside, comfortable. Despite a massive investigation, no suspect was ever confirmed, which means somewhere out there is a person who lived among the dead and walked away without a trace. Just like your dad. Never get tired of that. Subscribe to Chronovolt. In 1997, scientists monitoring the Pacific Ocean recorded something massive, a sound, louder than anything ever detected underwater. They called it the Bloop. It didn't match any known submarine, any known animal, or any known geological event, and based on its volume, whatever made it was enormous, just like your mom. Bigger than a blue whale. Eventually, scientists suggested it was ice cracking deep in the ocean. But there's a problem. The sound didn't behave like ice. It had the pattern of something alive, something moving, something calling out. And the ocean, we've explored less than 10% of it, so whatever made that sound could still be down there, right now. Subscribe to Chronovault. Some mysteries get solved, others fade away, but these, they're still sitting there, unanswered, unfinished, waiting, and maybe they're better off that way, because once you understand them, you might realize you were never supposed to. If you want more real mysteries that sound completely made up, hit subscribe, because the deeper we go, the stranger it gets, and you can't see how strange without subscribing. Subscribing is required to find out. Subscribe to Chronovault, please.